Peaches.
Hi, Regina.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're back.
We're back. And this is what?
Our second episode.
Our second episode of what?
Two sisters knitting, talking shit. Why does that crack us up every time we say
I
it?
have no idea.
I mean, it's resonated with the folks who have liked us and who visited and who've watched the video. They love the title.
They do.
And we love it too.
And
It's
we
so
do too.
meta. It's what we are. So meta.
And that is so Regina.
Oh
My goodness, maybe Regina will give them kind of a run of show so that you know what you're in for today by tuning in. Do you want to run it down? Or
Yeah, well, we're going to, we've already done intros. You know, we're back and we're going to talk about what we're drinking. We'll talk about what's on and off our needles. And then we're going to really share what it was like, what this last week has been like.
Yeah.
After posting a video. Posting the video and just what it's been like to just kind of live in YouTube for the last it's been 5 days.
5 days since we posted our last video, or our first video, not our last video, our first video.
It's been quite a journey.
It
I
really
don't think
has.
either of us expected what it's been. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to
talk a little bit about the feedback that you all have given us, the comments that you've made under our first video. We'll talk a little bit about that. We did have someone reach out and ask for advice, so we're going to do our best to answer that question. Although I must say up front that neither one of us is a licensed mental health professional.
No, we're not.
We will be answering that question really in fun. But hopefully, the advice is something that you can use to help you out. And then we've got a closing question for you. And then
that's our show. That wraps up episode 2. We didn't want to load it up because we've got plenty. We got more episodes coming. So we didn't want to hit everything in this episode, but we wanted to honor how we envision this tool and this platform and what you all have asked for. So we wanted to honor that. So before we go any further, we're going to talk about what's in our glasses. And I already know what you're thinking. These are some small glasses. Peaches is not going to be in charge of the glasses. These are like sherry glasses or something. I don't know. But anyway, what's in them? That's what you want to know.
Well, but wait a minute.
Okay.
Listen, if you are sitting down to join us,
yes,
and you don't have a drink with you,
yes,
I would say pause the video right here. Go get you something to partake of that will wet your throat. It can be whatever it is that you desire.
So yes.
And then join us back here because we'll be here when you get back, okay?
Yeah. So do that. Yeah.
Don't spit on the yard, Gina.
Don't spit on the yard. So what are we drinking? We have St-Germain, my favorite liqueur. It's elderberry. And we've got a little pineapple juice. And we finished it with a splash of Prosecco. So it's so sophisticated. And we're going to take a sip right now.
Should we? Let's toast.
Okay.
To episode 2.
To episode 2, Two Sisters Knittin Talkin shit. Don't spit on the yard. Don't spit on the yard.
That's good, Regina.
Isn't it good?
This
is my go-to drink. This is my go-to.
I like that.
Yes. All right. You know what? Before we even talk about what's on and off our needles, I just want to point out that I wish you could see how we have jerry-rigged this location. We're not on a fancy set, as you probably
Not
can
at all.
see.
Not at all.
I think we're both starting to sweat because we're having hot flashes. So if you see a little glistening, You already know half of the folks who have subscribed
are in that
era
of life.
Yes,
well.
that demographic. Yes. So you. So you already. I just wish I brought a fan. Maybe I need to take the scarf off. She was saying take the scarf off, and I was saying I hate my neck, which was the other thing.
And I said they're not even gonna see your neck, Regina. My gosh.
Well, the other thing, when we watched this video, I thought, man, I need to hit the gym. One of these days, I'll hit the gym. Anyway, so I just wanted to say about how we have jerry-rigged this location.
And maybe what I'll do is take a picture after this video and post it up in the community post so you can see this little setup.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. This is her cell phone on some books, on some tables,
on some blocks.
That's our studio. That is our studio.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I just wanted to get that out of the way.
So let's talk a little bit about what it is that we're wearing. Maybe what's... We'll talk a little bit about what's on, what's off our needles, and then we'll share. Regina, don't spit on the yarn. And then we'll talk about
what we're wearing.
What's on our needles and what's off our needles. So sorry. Listen, we're trying to do this, like really, as though we've done a few takes, and so you just have to bear with us. Sorry about the laugh.
They want us laughing, I think. They want us laughing. They're laughing with us.
So this is actually not a knit that I handmade, but I went to South Africa a few years ago and bought this at a market in Cape Town. And it is handmade, it's a poncho, and I love it, and I always get lots of compliments on it. So that's what I'm wearing.
It's beautiful. Should I talk about what I'm wearing?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is just a poncho from somewhere. It's acrylic, so it's hot and itchy.
Okay. So enough about that. What we're wearing.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about what's off my needles. The daily pullover that I talked about in the first episode is not done, so I didn't bring it with me. But when we shoot episode number 3, it will be done, and I will bring it with me so that I can show it off. But I have 2 hats with me. They're the same pattern, same designer. They look like pink and green, probably from this video, although Regina and I are both
why we got pink and
deltas.
green.
So why we have pink and greens, I do not know.
But it's okay.
But it's okay. So let me tell you a little bit about the hat. I really do like it a lot. It's a popular hat. It's by PetiteKnit. It's their Oslo hat. Mm-hmm. And this color is, and both of these were knit in Blue Sky Fibers, Woolstok light yarn. The green, the pink is called Quartz Crystal, and the green is called Earth Day. And PetiteKnits, I think I mentioned the Oslo hat.
I love it.
So Regina, why don't you share what you have off of your needles?
Of course. So I have one hat, and this hat, this is made for Andre 3000. So if you know Andre 3000, tell him to holla at me so he can get his hat. But this is the traveler.
But hold it
hat.
up so the folks
hold
can
it up
see
so
it.
the folks can see. Isn't that lovely? Traveler hat. It's warm. It's colorful, and this is a pattern. It's called the Traveler Hat. It's by Andrea Mowry of Drea Renee Knits. I've done a few of these, but this one is for Andre 3000, if I didn't already say that.
Okay, you said that. We know that. But did you tell the yarn?
Oh, the yarn is, yes, it's Earth Yarns. It's a worsted weight. The color is 4001, and it's the yarn I think is called Unique. Earth Yarns Unique. So that's
because we are, or she is unique.
Well, I think we both are.
I agree.
Yeah, we're both unique.
I agree.
And so another thing, well, that was what's off our needles. So I was getting ahead of myself,
Okay,
talking
go
about
ahead.
what's on our needles.
Well, why don't you start with what's on your needle?
Okay, so this is another hat. This is a beanie. And this beanie, who did I say this was for? Usher? This is for Usher. So if any of you all know Usher, tell him to holla. I have a beanie for him. And this is the, what is this beanie called? It's the Harvest beanie. And this is a Malabrigo yarn in cocoa. So this is for Usher. And then I have another hat. Do I keep going? Should I keep going? I got one more hat.
Okay, go ahead.
And
Pull it
this
out. Pull it out.
This is my, well, it's on.
Regina did mention, I think, in the first episode that she has 12 projects on needles. So,
and that's what this is all about. So this is the ribbing of a third hat. And this hat is for Snoop D-O-double-G. So if you know him, find him for me and tell him he has a hat coming. And this hat is Blue Sky Yarns Woolstok, and the colorway is green, and it's actually the same traveler hat that is the one for Andre. It's going to look the same. It's just a different yarn and a different colorway. And so those are the projects that I have on needles.
And so someone had talked about Regina casting on the daily pullover that we had talked about. And in our first episode, do you have that, Regina?
I don't know where it is.
Did you cast on that?
Well, did it fall on the floor?
Well, it might have. That's okay.
Yeah.
Tell them what you did.
Well,
I'm waiting.
Okay. I did not cast on. I have what's called a swatch. It's a square. And I don't know what happened to it. It was on the table, but we'll show it to you. So I have not cast on that sweater because I told you last episode that she's trying to make me knit it. And I don't know. But anyway, I have a swatch.
Comfort zone.
Maybe
but you know what? But really, a swatch is progress.
Yeah.
And it's an important first step in knitting. A project is important as a sweater, a garment in that way.
Why did I need to do a swatch?
So that you could check to see what your gauge is. You know, are you knitting on the right size needles? Are you, so that you can see if your sweater is going to fit you when you finish it. Yeah, you don't want it too big or too small, and you've spent all those hours. And it's just me, I'm looking out for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So what else, Regina, do you have on your needles as a work in progress?
Well, why don't you start with the silk? You were wearing your silk last week.
So I showed myself that I had knitted up in episode 1 last week, and Regina begged me to knit another one with her. So I said, okay, Regina, I'll do that. So I cast on another silk, and this particular one is being knit in Rowan Felted Tweed yarn, and the colorway is Amethyst, and this is how far I've gotten over the last week. And so, Regina, you want to show them what you've done?
Well, this is how far I've
Don't spit on the yarn, Regina.
This is my silk. The color, same yarn.
Maybe we need to hold up the ball.
Right. This is what, maybe 3 rows. So clearly, by comparison, I have a long way to go.
Need I say more?
Yeah. So that's where I am with the silk.
Okay. And I did want to share one more thing.
Yes.
It's an acquisition because I am going to knit another daily pullover when I finish the one that I showed last time for my mom. And I did receive some yarn in for that, and I just wanted to show that to the group. This is a Pearl Soho's linen quill yarn, and the colorway, and actually Regina helped me pick this color, and I think we did a great job. The color is called turmeric yellow, and I really like it. So this will be for a daily pullover for me.
Love that color. Love that color.
All right.
Well, one of the things we wanted to really talk about, and we mentioned this at the beginning of this episode, is all of the love and all of the comments and the subscribers. It's really blown us away. And our subscribers and viewers are from all over the world, all over the United States. So Tanya Huel from Michigan, I hope I've pronounced your last name correctly. She wrote in a lovely comment. Stacy Matthews from North Carolina. Hot in Texas. We got a comment from Hot in Texas. Monica Klepik. She sent a comment. She said, "Give me more shit." That's what she said in her comment. So that was
so we always serve up the shit, Monica. So
Knitting Angel in Wisconsin. Summer Rain in Cali. She was up late drinking and knitting, and so she gave us a shout out. But we've also, as I said, we've received comments from England, Canada, Germany, Spain, and I think Queen Baha, if I'm not mistaken, based on her comment, it sounds like she may be in the Bahamas. So we just continue to be blown away.
Absolutely. Because when we did this, when we posted our first video, not even a week ago, both of us posted it really doing it scared, and I was thinking about just our reaction to posting the video. First of all, getting the courage to post the video. And so I was laughing because I had a panic attack.
She was like, "Oh my God, we have 13."
That's after.
That's after we got the thing on there.
So I had edited the video, and I'm learning all about iMovie and CapCut and Canva and all this kind of stuff. So I edited the video, and I'm like, "Regina, you want to watch it?" So we set up a Zoom call, and the two of us watched the video together, and we were like, "Okay, we're ready to go, right? It's good, right? Okay." And so I uploaded it in private mode to YouTube, and I'm like, "Regina, I'm ready to hit the publish button," but I could not do it. Sweat started popping off my head. My skin was moist. We're on the phone together for probably 40 minutes before I finally hit the publish button. And then what happened, Regina?
She called me and said, "Regina, we have 13 subscriptions." And I was like, "Great." And since then, I don't know what the count is now, but coming on, or at the time that we started recording, we were at 600 subscriptions.
And how many views?
Oh, like 2,546 views.
Okay.
Yeah.
To the T.
Yeah. And then likes. We've had over 500 likes. So it's just based on that. That's proof of concept for us. That is evidence that we have a space in the YouTube. In fact, one of the comments was, "Welcome to these YouTube streets."
And so really, we're excited to be in these YouTube streets.
I have to say though, one of our bits, we take care of our moms. That's the other thing. This podcast has resonated with people for so many reasons. A lot of the comments related to the fact that we care for our elderly mothers. And her mom she was the first person to view it.
Yes.
And it was a rough, uncut, unedited version. and she giggled from the word go.
Yes.
And
so I get that honest, y'all, when you hear me here, and I realize that I cackle, and so I apologize for that. I didn't realize I did that, but I get that honest too. So thank you, Mom.
Well, and her mom wants to be our manager.
Yes.
She's convinced that we've got something here, and I think we do too.
Mm-hmm.
And just while we're talking about moms, right? I was gonna say while we're talking about moms, my mom saw it and she said, "Oh my God, can Cleotha see this?" That's her oldest sister, and I said, well, I guess they have YouTube in heaven because she's been dead 10 years.
Oh, so sweet.
So, I mean, we certainly feel like we're guided by our elders. That goes without saying, but it's just been a real joy, and really I think our moms are getting a kick out of it. And big ups to those of you who are caring for your elderly parents. We know it's not an easy thing.
It's not at all.
And so this is a space where we can laugh about all of the little funny things that they do and say.
That they do and say, absolutely. And we love them, and we know that they love us. Yeah. And it's a blessing to have them still here. Yeah. And we just want to say thank you again to all of you for joining us on this journey to partake in our shenanigans.
Shenanigans. So I think we could probably start wrapping up. And
we had an advice. We had an advice.
Someone asked for some advice.
So someone asked for advice in one of the comments. And so again, I just want to say that neither Regina nor I are mental health professionals. So really this is all in fun and all in jest. But
we do drink and we know things.
We do drink. And we know things. And when we drink, we know more things. So let's cheers. Okay, and get to the question.
Yeah.
So, sweater weather. It's sweater weather. I don't know if you all ever saw that little SNL spoof or skit with Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph. They did a little skit called Bronx Beast. Oh. The Bronx Beast. It was an ongoing skit, and they were two New Jersey housewives. And so in their thing, one of the things that they always talk about is sweater weather, sweater weather. So anyway, we had a question from Sweater Weather Podcast asking for advice. And so this is what her comment and question was. So glad I found you, ladies. You are fabulous. I wish I was part of your knitting circle, and you are part of our knitting circle. But I wish I was part of your knitting circle. I need advice, ladies. With grown children and aging parents, how does one navigate the Christmas season? There are so many expectations. Do you have any tips for finding peace? Thanks, Pamela. And so Pamela, thanks for the question. And I really did give this some thought, because the holiday season can be tough with family. We are going into Thanksgiving week here for those who live in the United States. And it can be tough when you got family coming in from all over, and you got children, aging parents, and then yourself, maybe a spouse or a significant other. It can be hard because you feel like you're torn between, kind of torn. And so I was thinking, Pamela, that the first thing to do is to really let go of any expectations, right? That it's going to go one way or the other. And I think by letting go of any expectations that you might have, that in and of itself is a freeing thing. And then the other thing that I was thinking about was the importance of setting boundaries and knowing and understanding that boundaries are a form of self-care. And I used to think that self-care was, stuff like getting your nails done, going to get a massage. And I would say in the last 5 years or so, I really started to see self-care in a different way. And one of the ways that I'm beginning to take care of myself, because I have a situation actually that I need to set some boundaries with a family member of my own. But a form of self-care, I mentioned that it's a form of self-care, but I was looking at Therapy for Black Girls website. And what they say on there is that boundaries are a form of self-care because they allow us to prioritize our needs and wants in relationships in a healthy way. And they really do teach people how to be in relationship with us. So if there are any boundaries that you may need to set with your grown children and with your parents so that you can have a good Thanksgiving, that's okay. So it could be, you know, I'm welcoming you into my home and I'd love to see you. I need to take 30 minutes a day for quiet. And so I'm gonna, you know, like step out of this room for a minute so that I can do some meditation or whatever it is that you need to do. So those were the two things that I thought of may help you. Anything, Regina, that you think?
No, I think you've said it quite well. I would just say, if you are a knitter, you are already finding time, I'm sure, to knit, and that's a good form of self-care. And I'm finding that when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, I can always pull out a simple pattern that I'm working on, which is actually the good thing about having so many projects on needles at one time. So knit and then take care. Get you a drink.
Girl, get you a drink. And this one here is a good one.
Yummy. So what else do we know? We drink and we know things.
We drink and we know things. And we just wanted to get, I know Regina gave a shout out in terms of where people were located in the United States in terms of some of the feedback. And I pulled two comments right quick that just kind of resonated with me as I was looking through right before this call that I thought I would just shout out to folks. One is at KnitGirl7676. And she said, I'm laughing out loud. Thank you, ladies. You might be my knitting soulmates. I subscribed 4 minutes in. I've been knitting for over 40 years and I knit every day. It's taught me patience and how to be calm. And it's taught me patience and how to be calm too.
And me too. Me too.
And I'm still practicing because that's a daily practice. So I'm still practicing that. And then the other comment that I wanted to shout out quickly was from Jenna Belgrade 6929. And she says, what a refreshing change from the usual. Looking forward to having lots of laughs with you. Wish I had friends like you to knit with and share some fun and a good glass of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're knitting with us now.
Yeah.
You can knit with us anytime you'd like.
You're one of us. You're one of us.
So as we wrap, Regina, what's our closing question? Because we want you to participate. Like, this is a community that we're building. So what's our closing question that we'd like for folks to pop in the comments?
So we want to know, and some people had already done this because we talked a little bit about this last week, but we want to know from you, what has knitting taught you? Is that the question?
I can't remember if that's it or not. I know we have some crocheters and we have some other people who don't do any crafts at all that are in the community. But if you knit or if you crochet or if you do any other craft, we'd like to know what that craft has taught you.
Yeah.
And if you don't do any craft at all, that's okay too. What are you learning about yourself? And what have you learned this year?
Yeah.
That you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I think that's powerful, and those are lessons, and we want to know. We want to hear from you. And you know what else we want to know? We did not think about this. You know, Beyonce has her followers. They're called the Beehive.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Maybe in the next episode we'll have a poll. But Beyonce's followers are the Beehive, and Taylor Swift has her Swifties.
Her Swifties.
And what's the other one? Somebody else has, Lady Gaga has her little monsters.
Okay.
And so we want our followers to be recognized in some way.
In some way. And so if you have any suggestions, you can post those in the comments too. We had a couple that we were thinking about. Regina, you want to share those, or do you want to share them in the next episode?
No, I'll share. Well,
okay.
We were like knitters and shitters. go over very well. We don't want to be offensive.
Yeah. The other thing that we thought about was that we, the shit talkers. Because in the comments, we had a lot of people who said they like to knit and talk shit, or they like to talk shit. Yeah. So we thought about the shit talkers. Again, we don't want to be offensive. So if you have any suggestions for what you'd like to be called, we welcome those in the comments as well. And anything else?
I don't think so. We plan to be here, and we just hope that you'll stay here with us.
And the plan is to release a video every other week. As I mentioned a little while ago, we are heading into Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Today is Sunday, the Sunday before Thanksgiving in the States. So we want to wish all of you who celebrate Thanksgiving a happy Thanksgiving. And we also want to say, if you like what you see, please subscribe, comment, like, and share the video. And I guess until next time, we are
two sisters knitting, talking shit.
Bye. We'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks
Happy
for
holidays.
joining us.